Welcome back to my channel, your one-stop destination for everything coin collecting. First up, we're diving deep into a small but mighty coin, the 1971 with S mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. You might have one sitting in your collection, or even hiding in your loose change jar. But what makes it so special, and why are collectors paying big bucks for this coin today? Let's find out. The Lincoln Memorial penny was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features Lincoln on the obverse, created by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. The S mint mark on the 1971 with S penny signifies it was minted in San Francisco, a location known for producing some of the finest quality coins. So what's the big deal with the 1971 with S Lincoln penny? For starters, it was minted in a relatively small quantity compared to pennies from the Philadelphia or Denver mints. But there's another twist. Many of these coins have developed a distinctive greenish hue due to environmental factors or improper storage. While some might see this as damage, collectors often find this patina visually appealing, especially if the rest of the coin is in fine condition. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. For the 1971 with S penny, grades like fine or very fine mean the coin shows moderate wear but still has clear details. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they are almost untouched since leaving the mint, fetch the highest prices. And the creation of grades from the lowest fetches even the lowest. But don't be discouraged if your coin isn't pristine. Even a fine condition coin can hold significant value, especially if it has unique features like that green shading we mentioned earlier. As of today, the market for the 1971 with S penny is quite active. Coins in fine condition with a green patina can sell for anywhere $180,000, depending on the intensity of the shading and the overall appeal of the coin. Higher grades can fetch $205,000 or more, while rare specimens in flawless condition have been known to exceed $220,000 at auctions. Remember, collector demand drives value. If your coin has a unique story or an eye-catching look, you could get even more than the average market price. If you're looking to sell, consider getting your coin professionally graded by a service. This can significantly increase its value. And if you're buying, always research the seller and look for certifications to ensure authenticity. The 1971 with S Lincoln Memorial penny may be small, but it's a giant in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a great addition to any collection. So, check your change, dig through those old jars, and who knows, you might just have a treasure hiding in plain sight. Next up, we're talking about a very specific coin, the 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial penny. But not just any version, this one has a unique silver-like appearance. Could this penny in your collection be worth more than just 1 cent? Let's find out. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark below the year on the coin. Millions of these pennies were minted, and they were made from copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams. So why is this penny creating buzz among collectors today? The answer lies in its unusual silver sheen and how collectors perceive such coins. The latter based on a money-making capture in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Some 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial pennies appear to have a silver color instead of their typical coppery hue. This anomaly can happen for a few reasons. During the minting process, some pennies might miss their copper plating, leaving the underlying zinc exposed. This results in a silver-like finish. Some coins may have been plated or chemically treated by individuals after leaving the mint, often as novelty items or experiments. Exposure to chemicals or extreme conditions can sometimes change a coin's color. Collectors are especially interested in pennies with confirmed mint errors, as these are rare and more valuable than post-mint altered coins. If you think you have a 1987 with D penny with a silver-like appearance, here's what to check. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition are more valuable. Look for minimal wear, scratches, and blemishes. To verify if the silver color is a mint error, consider getting your coin authenticated by a professional grading service. Use a precise scale. A genuine 1987 with D penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. Any significant deviation might indicate a counterfeit or a mint error. The presence of the Denver Mint Mark D is crucial since we're discussing this specific variant. So, how much is this penny worth? Let's break it down. A standard 1987 with D penny with silver color value can range $120,000, depending on the condition and demand. A professionally graded, high-quality 1987 with D penny with a verified mint error could fetch anywhere $130,000 at auction. Rare cases may even go higher if collectors are particularly interested. If you believe your 1987 with D penny has value, here are your next steps. Send your coin to a professional grading service for authentication and grading. A certified grade increases buyer trust and can significantly boost your coin's market value. Platforms and heritage auctions are great places to sell rare coins. Be sure to include high-quality photos and detailed descriptions. Visit local coin shows, forums, or groups dedicated to coin collecting. You might find someone looking for your specific coin. Coins with unique errors often appreciate over time. If you need the money right now, consider keeping it as an investment. The 1987 with D Lincoln Memorial penny with a silver sheen is a perfect example of how even the smallest details can make a huge difference in the world of coin collecting. Whether it's an error coin or simply an eye-catching piece, it reminds us that treasure can be hidden in plain sight. So the next time you're sorting through your spare change or old coin collections, take a closer look. You know what you might find. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, especially those in very good condition, with a distinctive brown shade. You love the thrill of finding hidden treasures in the most unexpected places, like your spare change. Today, we're focusing on the 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny, a coin you might overlook, but could have more value than you think. The 1996 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial is prominently displayed, a design introduced by Frank Gasparo in 1959. One thing that makes this penny intriguing is the absence of a mint mark. Now, before we get too excited, let me explain. A 1996 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This isn't an error, it's completely normal. Unlike pennies minted in Denver, which feature a small D, Philadelphia coins from this time had no mint mark at all. So, if the missing mint mark is normal, why are some 1996 Lincoln Memorial pennies worth more than face value? It comes down to three main factors: condition, rarity, and collector demand. Coins in very good or mint state condition fetch higher prices. Variations, such as unusual toning or errors, can make a penny unique. Brown-shaded pennies with eye-catching patinas are especially desirable. Coins with a rich brown tone, for example, develop this coloration over time due to oxidation, giving them a unique, collectible appeal. Now, let's talk money. What's the 1996 Lincoln penny worth today? In circulated, very good condition, this coin usually sells for about $112,000, a highest premium. And if you have a coin in pristine condition, graded by a service, its value could jump to $115,000 or more. Round shaded coins with strong eye appeal or rare errors like off-center strikes or double dies can fetch at auctions. It's all about what collectors are willing to pay. Here are some quick tips to check if your 1996 Lincoln penny is worth more than a cent. Look for sharp details and minimal wear. Search for anomalies like doubling or off-center strikes. Cut the longer variable collars and fill the suit with the short. The longer collars are more likely to attract more attention. Round shaded pennies with even toning are often more collectible. If you think your coin is in excellent condition, send it to a professional grading service for authentication. So, is the 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark your ticket to riches? Maybe not instantly, but it's a great reminder of how even the smallest items can hold value and history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep an eye on your pocket change. You never know what treasures you might find. Next up, we're diving into a true classic, the 1975 with deed Lincoln Memorial penny. Could this humble 1-cent coin in your pocket be worth more than face value? Let's find out. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny was minted during a pivotal time in U.S. history. Inflation was soaring and the cost of minting coins was creeping up. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features President Abraham Lincoln's profile, a design first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of his birth. The reverse shows the iconic Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. But what makes the 1975, with D penny in very fine condition, a hot item among collectors today? When we talk about a coin's condition, it's all about grading. A penny in very fine condition will show moderate wear but retain sharp details, especially around Lincoln's face and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Look for crisp lettering and defined edges, like this example here. Coins in this condition are sought after because they strike the perfect balance between affordability and quality for collectors. So, how much is a 1975 with D Lincoln Memorial penny in very fine condition worth today? While it's a rare coin, its value can still exceed its 1-cent face value due to demand from collectors. In today's market, a 1975 with D penny in very fine condition can fetch anywhere from $145,000. That might seem like much. Higher grade coins, such as uncirculated ones, can command even higher prices, up to $155,000, depending on the buyer and market trends. Wondering how to find a valuable 1975 with D penny? Start by searching your pocket change, old jars of coins, or even family collections. If you find one, examine it closely for its condition and mint mark. A magnifying glass or loupe can help you spot those fine details. If you're looking to sell, online platforms or specialized coin auction sites are great places to start. Just remember to include clear photos and an accurate description of the coin's condition. Did you know that the Lincoln penny is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history? And while most 1975 with D pennies make you rich, they're a great way to start a coin collection and learn about history. Who knows, your next penny might be a hidden gem. Next up, we're diving into the world of coin collecting and taking a closer look at the 1988 Lincoln Memorial penny with the Denver Mint mark. Spoiler alert, some collectors are willing to pay big bucks for this coin, especially if it has the right details. The 1988 Lincoln Memorial penny is a staple of U.S. currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin has been in circulation for decades. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo. But what makes the 1988 penny special, and why should you care? A penny in fine condition, meaning minimal wear and clear details, can attract collectors. The leader in great tasting. The Denver Mint mark adds significance to this coin, Some collectors are drawn to coins with unusual black and white shading or other striking appearances. Look closely for rare die varieties, such as the transition reverse error, which we'll explain in just a bit. Now, let's talk about that black and white toning. Coins with this unique appearance are rare and often result from environmental exposure or how they were stored. While some collectors prize these unique shades, others may prefer the standard luster of uncirculated pennies. Either way, the black and white contrast can make your penny stand out in the collector's market. One of the most famous varieties of the 1988 penny is the transition reverse error. This happens when a 1988 penny accidentally features the reverse design intended for the 1989 penny. You can spot this by closely examining the letters FG, the initials of designer Frank Gasparo, on the reverse. If the letters appear slightly different from the standard 1988 design, you may have a rare and valuable coin. So, how much is this coin worth? For a 1988 with D penny in fine condition, you might fetch between $145,000 from a collector. But if you have an error coin or one with unique toning, the value can skyrocket to, depending on the buyer. Want to check your own pennies? Here are some tips. Use a guitou or loupe to inspect for errors or rare details. Handle coins with care, preferably with A, to avoid further damage. Research recent auction prices to understand the market value. If you think you have a valuable penny, consider getting it graded by a professional grading service. Who knew that a simple 1988 with D Lincoln Memorial penny could be worth so much? Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, this coin proves that treasure can truly be hiding in plain sight. So, check your change. You might just strike it rich. Next up, we're talking about a small but potentially mighty coin, the 1994 Lincoln Memorial penny with the D mint mark. Is that penny sitting in your change jar worth more than a cent? And what do those mysterious black spots on some of these coins mean for their value? Stick around to find out. First, let's start with a little background. The Lincoln Memorial penny was minted from 1959 to 2008, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1994 penny we're discussing today was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark below the date. Over 7 billion of these were produced, However, not all pennies are created equal. Unique features, rare errors, and unusual conditions can make certain coins stand out in the collector market. This brings us to the black spots you might see on some 1994 miniature with D pennies. D pennies have access to over 8 billion pounds. Now, about those black spots, these are usually caused by environmental factors like moisture, oxidation, or exposure to chemicals over time. While these spots can reduce the aesthetic appeal of the coin, condition plays a major role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A 1994 with D penny with black spots would likely grade lower unless the spots are minor, and the rest of the coin is in exceptional condition. Here's the twist. Even imperfect coins can hold surprising value if they have unique features or errors. What really gets collectors excited are error coins. For the 1994 with D penny, you might want to check for things like look for doubling in the text or design. Part of the design appears misaligned. A second slightly shifted D mint mark. If your penny has any of these features, it could be worth much more than face value. So, how much is a 1994 with D penny worth today? For standard circulated pennies, the value is typically $132,000. However, uncirculated coins in mint state can fetch $135,000 or more. Error coins, like the ones we just discussed, can sell for or even higher copies of the week and between $1,000 and $10,000. Some collectors even offer budget schools such as the face value, unless they're part of an error category. However, they still hold value to beginner collectors or as part of a bulk sale. Want to know if your 1994 with D penny is worth something? Here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass to spot any errors or unique details. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the better. Reference resources like the Red Book or consult a professional coin grader. Remember, collecting coins is as much about the history and thrill of the hunt as it is about value. So don't be discouraged if your 1994 with D penny worth a fortune. Keep searching, because you know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. Change. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coins to spotlight a small but mighty treasure, the 1971 the D. Lincoln Memorial Penny. Could this humble 1-cent coin in golden-toned, fine condition be worth more than a penny to collectors today? Let's find out. The Lincoln Memorial Penny is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. First introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this design replaced the earlier wheatback penny. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to one of America's greatest presidents, while the obverse keeps Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Lincoln. The 1971 with D penny, minted in Denver, is a part of this storied series. In 1971, over 2.9 billion of these coins were minted. But despite the large mintage, not all pennies are created equal, especially when condition and unique features come into play. One detail that sets the 1971 with D penny apart is the D Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. But what truly makes some 1971 with D pennies stand out is their condition, luster, and occasionally errors or variations. Some coins, like the one we're showcasing today, develop a golden hue over time due to environmental factors or the composition of the copper alloy. While this golden tone doesn't occur naturally during minting, it can enhance the visual appeal of the coin, making it desirable to certain collectors. Coin collectors place a lot of emphasis on condition, which is graded from poor to mint state. The coin we're discussing today is in fine condition, meaning it's well preserved with moderate wear but clear details. If you have a 1971 with D penny, examine it for sharp details, minimal scratches, and any unique coloration, like the golden tone on this example. So, what's the market value of a 1971 with D penny in fine condition with a golden hue? While common circulated examples might fluctuate on temporary prices, coins in better condition or with unique characteristics, like this golden tone, can command higher prices. In truth, in the collector's market, prices range from $162,000 for a standard, fine condition 1971 with D penny. However, if your coin exhibits a rare error such as a double die or off-center strike, its value could skyrocket to $170,000 or more. If you're on the hunt for valuable 1971 with D pennies, check your pocket chains, old piggy banks, or even flea markets and estate sales. Always use a magnifying glass to inspect the details, and consider having your coin professionally graded if you think it's valuable. When selling, platforms, coin forums, or even local coin shops can help you connect with buyers. Remember, rarity, condition, and demand are the keys to fetching top dollar for your coin. Who knew a single penny could be worth so much more? The 1971 with D. Lincoln Memorial Penny is proof that treasures can often be found in the smallest places. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a shining example of the fascinating stories behind our currency. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a humble yet intriguing coin, the 1989 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark. What makes this coin stand out? Its golden shade, very fine condition, and those curious spots that might mean big value for collectors. So, let's get started. The Lincoln Memorial Penny was first introduced in 1959, replacing the wheat penny design. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the reverse side features a detailed depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, celebrating Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy. The 1989 penny, part of this long-running series, is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. But what about this particular coin? No mint mark, golden hue and fine condition. The absence of a mint mark might confuse some, but in the case of this coin, it simply indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. Philadelphia coins typically don't have a mint mark, so it's rare on its own. It's an important feature to recognize when assessing the coin. The golden shade of this coin could catch anyone's eye. However, this isn't due to gold content. Instead, it's likely the result of environmental exposure, a chemical reaction, or a plating error during minting. Such variations can sometimes add a unique appeal to collectors, especially when the color is even and distinct. Now let's talk about those fine spots and the overall condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. This penny seems to fall into the very fine category, meaning it has moderate wear but retains most design details. The spots may detract slightly from its visual appeal, but can also be seen as unique imperfections. So, what's the value of a 1989 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in today's collector market? In general, a standard 1989 penny in VF condition might only fetch around to $145,000. However, the golden shade and unique features could make this coin more appealing to niche collectors. Some buyers might pay $148,000 or even higher, depending on interest and demand. If you have a coin like this, here are tips to maximize its potential value. Use a coin holder or sleeve to prevent further wear. Cleaning can damage the coin and reduce its value. A professional appraisal can confirm its grade and market value. If selling, highlight the golden shade and any unique features. While the 1989 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark might make you rich overnight, its unique golden shade and condition could make it a standout piece in your collection. Remember, the true value of a coin lies in its history, rarity, and the story it tells. So keep hunting, keep learning, and you might just stumble upon a treasure. Next up, we're diving into the world of the 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny, specifically the copper-plated zinc version without a mint mark, with some unique features like a black spot on the obverse. This coin might seem like pocket change, but for collectors it could be worth much more than just a penny. Let's explore why this coin is turning heads in the collector market today. The Lincoln Memorial penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since its debut in 1959, replacing the wheat penny design. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a significant change, transitioning from a solid copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition. This shift was driven by the rising cost of copper. But here's the kicker. 1982 was a transitional year, meaning both copper and copper-plated zinc pennies were struck, with small and large date varieties adding to the complexity. Our focus today is on the 1982 copper-plated zinc penny without a mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. So, why are collectors interested in this particular coin? If there's no mint mark on your 1982 penny, it was minted in Philadelphia, rare, it's an essential identifier for collectors. These coins are lightweight, containing a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This composition makes them prone to discoloration and spotting over time, which brings us to the next point. A black spot or discoloration on the obverse can add character and uniqueness. Some collectors value these imperfections as they make the coin stand out. While not uncirculated, a coin in fine condition still retains most of its details. Collectors look for legible dates, clear lettering, and minimal wear on Lincoln's portrait and the memorial design. What's a 1982 copper-plated zinc penny without a mint mark worth today? In fine condition, these coins typically sell for around $158,000 depending on demand. However, Unique features like the black spot or unusual toning could increase its value, especially among niche collectors. Diving into the world of the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Penny, specifically the copper-plated zinc version without a mint mark, with some unique features like a black spot on the obverse. This coin might seem like pocket change, but for collectors, it could be worth much more than just a penny. Let's explore why this coin is turning heads in the collector market today. Remember, market values fluctuate based on collector demand, auction activity, and the coin's rarity. Always consult with a professional appraiser or a reputable coin dealer for an accurate valuation. If you think you have a 1982 Lincoln penny that might be valuable, here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for unique features, like mint errors or unusual discoloration. A copper-plated zinc penny weighs about, while the earlier solid copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. A simple digital scale can help confirm the composition. Hide your coin in a protective holder to prevent further damage or discoloration. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can decrease its value significantly. Third, professional grading services can authenticate and grade your coin, providing a certified value that collectors. The 1982 Lincoln Memorial Penny might seem ordinary at first glance, but with the right features and condition, it could be a hidden gem in the collector market. So, check your pocket change, dig into those old coin jars, and who knows, you might just strike it rich. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and discussing a hidden gem you might have sitting in your pocket. Change a 1990 Lincoln Memorial Penny with the D mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. This small, humble penny could hold surprising value in today's collector market, even if it's just in fine condition. So stick around, and let's uncover its worth, rarity, and what makes it special. First, let's talk about the 1990 Lincoln Memorial Penny itself. This coin was minted as part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse, or front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is signified by the D mint mark just below the date. Now, the 1990 penny, particularly rare in terms of mintage. The Denver Mint produced over 4.9 billion of these coins. However, the value of a coin isn't always about how many were made. It's about condition, rarity, errors, and collector demand. If you've got one that's brown with black spots and in fine condition, like this one here, it might not look like much, but even circulated coins like these can hold value. So, what makes a 1990 with D penny stand out in the collector's market? Here's what to check for. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A fine condition coin falls somewhere in the middle, meaning it shows wear but still retains key details. Look for misstrikes, doubling, or die cracks. Error coins are a big deal in the collector community and can fetch. Even with brown shading and black spots, if the coin has a uniform patina and no major damage, it could still attract interest. All right, let's get to the part everyone wants to know. How much is this coin worth? In fine condition, a 1990 with D penny typically has a value close to its face value, $145,000, or slightly higher for bulk sales. However, coins with unique errors or in higher grades can command significantly more, for example, around $152,000, the 4 or even more. If you think your 1990 with D penny is worth selling, here's what to do. Use a magnifier or consult a local coin dealer. Consider sending it to a professional grading service if you think it's in exceptional condition or has an error. Local coin shops and online collector forums are great places to sell. High-value coins are often best sold at auctions. Even if your 1990 with D penny worth a fortune, don't be discouraged. Coin collecting is about the journey, not just the value. Keep an eye out for rare dates, errors, and other coins that could turn your collection into an investment. Plus, who knows, that next penny you find might be the jackpot. Thanks for joining me today to explore the 1990 Lincoln Memorial Penny with the D-Mint mark. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin tips and hidden treasures. And remember, every penny counts in the world of collecting. See you next time.